International Milan get the win, thrashing AC Milan 5-1 at the Milan Derby in San Siro. What a match, what atmosphere. It was just maddening, and it almost felt like AC Milan, or as you said, Milan, were completely caught off guard. They were like, what are we even playing? What is this game that is happening at such a great pace in front of us? But Inter, the Champions League finalist, have put their authority on top of this match immediately. Like, they did not wait long enough before scoring. The intent was there, the content was there, and the goals galore. Welcome to another episode of Sports with Munga, and if you have not subscribed already, do hit that subscribe button, do like this video, and do share it with your friends. It was a match of amazing quality from one side, and the other side, depending on one player, trying to get one player to act and do some magic for them. The starting lineup was pretty clear, but then, of course, AC Milan has been on a high with Pulisic scoring, Leao as well, and Giroud starting as well. But the game was taken by the horns and by full authority from International Milan. Inter was completely outclassing or outperforming Milan completely. Goals come in from different players, but then the one that I loved the most was the goal that I felt was the best was of course Marcus Thuram. But let's get into it. The goals. Mkhitaryan scoring in the 5th minute very early in that game to basically say why he is the player that is just made for derbies. He just loves derbies. He just plays for these big moments, and he comes and crushes everybody across. Beautiful goal in the 5th minute from Henrik Mkhitaryan. The lead doubled by what a goal from Marcus Thuram, guys. I don't know who you support. If you have not watched that goal from Marcus Thuram on this, hitting the side net, cutting on his right, it was a beautiful, beautiful goal. Nothing that Magnan could do. Nothing at all. And he was just a tourist, like he was watching the ball fly into his net. And that was 2-0 up for International against Milan before the first half. And the second half, okay, the second half started, you felt that AC Milan would try to kind of get onto this. Milan was on trying to put the ball. They had more possession with Loftus-Cheek, with Krunic, Pulisic also getting on the ball, Hernandez as well, trying to kind of move the ball better. And they did try. They did get the goal early in the second half, 57th minute. Leao. I think that was the guy that they were hoping for, that he will turn up and score. But then you can't depend on one player. You can't depend on one player in the derby game. Everybody, the whole team needs to kind of push forward. I felt Giroud was like completely, he was a lone figure. Nobody was supporting. There were no balls coming in, no crosses in for him. I don't know. They were just trying to hold him off. Calabria and Theo Hernandez were not coming up enough, in my opinion, to kind of cause issues. Theo Hernandez, of course, coming in and in the first half to kind of with a run, but then Theo Hernandez does what Theo Hernandez does. He was a beautiful run through the middle, but then I guess he just didn't hit the target, and then it was a different story. 2-1 up, 2-1 for Inter after Rafael Leao's goal in the 57th minute. And then the man that you talked about, Theo Hernandez, concedes a penalty after a tackle on Lisandro Martinez. Calhanoglu comes up and scores and slots that penalty across from the goal of Magnan. He couldn't do anything. And it was 3-1 up. And you could feel at that time that it was 3-1 up before, after Henrik Mkhitaryan scores again. And then with this penalty, it was 4-1 up. And you were like, what is happening with Milan right now? Inter is completely outplacing and thrashing them. Inzaghi was completely on top of Pioli. There was no chance for Pioli to even try to react because his players were just not there. It almost felt like Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Hernandez, Giroud, Pulisic, all of them, and Calabria itself, like all of them were just like a collective mess in my mind. And that's what was shown as well. But then just to make matters worse or the better for Inter, scored the 5th. And what a goal, what a match for Frattesi. Oi, oi, oi. Frattesi coming on in the 90. He came on 64th minute for 64th minute substitution. He came in for Dimarco and he scores and he slots the goal. Beautiful goal for him in the 90 plus 3rd minute. What a week he has had after scoring 2 goals for Italy, and Frattesi coming in and scoring for Inter again in the derby. What a match this was to kind of show his class. Whereas Milan and Pioli go from here is only a question of strength in my mind. They just have to take the positives that they of course they were thrashed by Inter, and now they sit 3rd in the Serie A. But then Inter are completely in domination mode. Inter right now are leading the Serie A with 12 points after 4 games, not losing any game. Juventus won, are 2nd, and Milan are 3rd right now. Napoli sitting 5th, but it's too early to say who will. But then Inter Milan are a team possessed right now who want to show their class after the great wins of the Champions League finals and then trying to make them in. But then we don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if you have seen the match, if you watched the match. It was amazing to see the atmosphere, the San Siro. What a treat. It was raining as well. So it was just beautiful and amazing football all around for Inter, which outplaced and outclassed AC Milan. Let me know in the comment section below what do you think of the match. Do like this video. Do hit the subscribe button. Do share it with your friends. Let me know what you think about the match. Do comment and I will respond to you. You can also like me on Instagram. Sports with Monga is there. Hit the subscribe button. Don't forget, and I catch you in the next one.